Okay, I'm pretty sure it cut off because I ran out of time on the previous video. But anyway, um, what I want you to do is do the math, and while you're doing it, hit pause and then check your answers. I didn't get a chance to say because it cut off, but remember this last problem, you're going to keep the first fraction. You're going to change the sign and you're going to flip the second fraction. Okay. All right, so pause, do your math, and then check your answers with me in just a second. Okay, one positive and one negative, we're going to have a negative answer. Other than that, it's the same that you've always done. 5 times 6 is 30. Put down the 0 and carry the 3. 5 times 9 is 45, 46, 47, 48. And then remember, I have one digit behind a decimal in my math, so I have one digit behind the decimal in the answer. So the answer to the first one is negative 48. Okay. The next under that is 3/5 times 1/4. They're both positive, so my answer will be positive. 3 times 1 is 3. 5 times 4 is 20. Okay. Normally, we don't have to include the sign if it's positive, but just to point out that it is indeed positive. All right, the next one is 12.7. It's a negative 12.7 times a negative 3. If I say negative times negative, my answer is going to be positive. Okay. All right. 3 times 7 is 21. I put down the 1 and I carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6, 7, 8. 3 times 1 is 3. And then I have one decimal, or one digit behind the decimal in the problem, so one digit behind the decimal in the answer. So this is going to be positive 38.1. Next one, we had positive 2/3 times positive 3/2. Positive times positive, my answer will be positive, although I don't have to actually write the sign if it's positive. All right, multiply across. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. And then reduce this. 6 over 6 is the same as 1. It's a positive 1. Okay. Second column, negative 60.8 divided by 4. Okay, I have a negative divided by a positive. My answer is going to be negative. Okay, so I'm going to keep that in mind. But for the math, I'm going to drop this, okay? But I do need to keep in mind that really it's a negative 60.8. 4 will go into 6 one time. 6 minus 4 is 2. Bring down the 0 and make it 20. 4 will go into 20 5 times. Okay, bring the decimal up. And notice I'm writing my digits right above whichever place I'm dealing with. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 minus 20 is 0. Bring the 8 down. 4 will go into 8 twice. 2 times 4 is 8. And I have no remainder, and I've passed the decimal, so I get to quit. But remember, it was really negative 60.8. So negative 60.8 divided by 4 is really negative 15.2. All right, next one. 5/8 divided by 3/4. You're going to keep the first, change the sign, flip, 4/3, flip the second. All right. Positive and positive, so our answer will be positive. I really don't even have to write that. 5 times 4 is 20. 8 times 3 is 24. Now, I can reduce this fraction. I'm looking at 20 and 24. I know that 20 and 24 are both divisible by 4. So I'm going to divide both the top and the bottom by 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So your final answer is a positive 5/6. All right, 100 divided by 2.5. I don't like this, so I'm going to move, but if I move that decimal, I've got to move this decimal as well. So 1,000 divided by 25. And if you look at the problem, right here, it's a positive divided by a positive. My answer will be positive. I'm going to mark my decimal. 25 will not go into 10, but 25 will go into 100. So I'm working with this 0, so I'm going to write 25 will go into 100 4 times, right above that 0 I'm dealing with. 4 times 25 is 100. 100 minus 100 is 0. Bring this 0 down. 25 will not go into 0, so I put 0. 0 times 25 is 0, with 0 left over. I get to quit because I have 0 remainder and I've gotten to the decimal. Okay, so my answer is a positive 40 on that one. And then finally, the last one, 4/7 divided by 1/2. They're both positive, so my answer will be positive. I'm going to keep the first fraction. I'm going to change the sign and flip the second fraction, because dividing by 1/2 is really the same as multiplying by 2. All right, then we just multiply across. 4 times 2 is 8. 7 times 1 is 7. That is an improper fraction. It's top-heavy. So I'm going to say 8 divided by 7. 7 will go into 8 one time. 1 times 7 is 7. Okay. All right, so 7 will go into 10 once. I can do all of this. 1 times 7 is 7. Bring down a 0, and this is going to be a messy fraction. Or I can just say, you know what? 7 will go into 8 one time. 1 times 7 is 7, with 1 as a remainder. And so my whole number is 1, and then I just build the fraction from my remainder and my divisor. 1, and then 1/7. You can do a decimal, but the decimal is going to be kind of yuck, because it'll be 0.4, la 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 la, keep going. Okay. All right, there you go.